If you've been scrolling through endless listings, comparing burner sizes, power ratings, and trying to figure out whether a portable stove will actually survive the real thing, you know how frustrating that can be. You've probably asked yourself if you should waste money on a fancy-looking unit that looks great on the shelf, but ends up choking on a cold night, or if you should just settle for the cheapest option and hope it doesn't fall apart after the first campsite. This review is meant to clear that up. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent a good chunk of the past month actually cooking on a few different portable burners, and I've also dug through the feedback that people left for the COYOTE Outdoor Living 24-inch built-in power burner. Let's walk through what matters after you pull the box off the porch. First off, the COYOTE C3 PBNG is a 24-inch, dual-valve burner that's marketed for both backyard grilling and off-grid cooking. The biggest promise you'll hear from the brand is that it's made from 304 stainless steel, and that the redesign of the knob, bezel, and lid are supposed to make it more reliable in the field. That sounds solid, but the real question is, does that stainless steel actually hold up when you're cooking outdoors? And does the redesign solve any of the common pain points you've probably encountered with other portable burners? Who should buy this? If you're someone who spends a lot of time at a backyard patio, or you frequently take a trailer or a small camping setup to festivals, this unit fits a niche that a standard single-burner portable stove can't fill. The dual-valve system lets you control two separate flames, which translates to a quick sear on one side of a steak while simmering a sauce on the other. For folks who host weekend BBQs and want a burner that can sit under a large grill or sit on a metal table without wobbling, the 304 stainless steel construction offers the kind of corrosion resistance you need when you're cooking over salty sea breezes or after a rainstorm. On the flip side, if you're the type who just needs a lightweight, single-flame stove for backpacking, the COYOTE's size and weight could become a liability. It's designed to be a permanent or semi-permanent fixture rather than a pack-light option. The 24-inch footprint isn't something you'll want to lug around if you're hiking a ridge line. So, skip it if your primary use case is backcountry cooking where every ounce counts. Now, let's talk about daily usability. The first thing you notice when you set it up is the heft of the stainless steel lid and the newly redesigned handle. The handle is surprisingly comfortable, even when you're holding it with gloves on a cold morning. The redesigned knob feels smooth. You can turn it from full off to full flame without the grit that sometimes shows up on cheaper models. The dual-valve design is where the unit really earns its keep. When I lit both burners, the flames were even and consistent across the entire 24-inch surface. One burner produced a fast, high-heat flame suitable for quick searing, while the other gave a steadier, lower-temperature output that held a pot of stew at a gentle simmer for over an hour without the need to constantly adjust the knob. But here's a practical weakness. The burner's fuel consumption is higher than a single-flame model, which means you'll go through propane faster if you run both burners together. In my own tests, a 20 pounds propane tank lasted about 3 to 4 hours of mixed use, which is fine for a backyard party, but could become a concern if you're trying to stretch a tank on a weekend camping trip. The dual-valve system also adds a little more complexity. When you're trying to troubleshoot a flame that won't ignite, you have a second set of valves and connections to check, which can be a bit confusing if you're not used to dealing with multiple ignition points. Another point worth mentioning is how the stove handles wind. Many portable burners lose a lot of efficiency when a gust comes in, but the COYOTE's sturdy stainless steel housing does a decent job of shielding the flames. I tested it on a breezy patio, where wind gusts topped 15 miles per hour, and the burners held their shape without much flare-up. The only downside was the lack of a built-in windscreen. You have to place an external barrier or position the unit in a naturally sheltered spot to get the best performance, which adds an extra piece of gear if you're using it outdoors regularly. If you're thinking about the value proposition, the COYOTE sits in a mid-range price bracket. It's not the cheapest burner on the market, but the 304 stainless steel and the dual-valve design give you durability that many lower-priced competitors lack. The stainless steel lid comes with its own handle and a redesigned end cap, which means you can actually use the lid as a makeshift griddle or hot plate when you need extra cooking surface. In one,